Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. Thanks for joining me. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. It's been a bit of a hectic day so far, and it's actually been quite a really busy last couple of weeks. So thank you for bearing with. Whilst I know I had to postpone this live stream from a couple of days ago, as many of you know who usually sort of tune in and watch me, it's usually on the sort of 28th, 29th, 30th. But I postponed it just a couple of days this week, purely because of some meeting clashes. But yeah, here I am. I wanted to get it done before the end of this week. So my name is Natalie Luckham. As many of you know, I am the founder of social media training and management consultancy Naturally Social. I'm based here in Trowbridge in Wiltshire, but I work across the county and neighbouring counties as well. So what I do each month is I come to my Facebook page and I live stream the main updates, the main things that have changed in the social media marketing world or social media communications world this month, and what that means for you guys as small business owners, communicators, managers of various social media accounts, your organisations perhaps. And hopefully it's an inspiring or informational update that will help you get the most out of various platforms. If you do have any questions, do pop them in the comments box below, and I'll try and get to them throughout. Or if you have any questions retrospectively, so if you're watching this on the replay, again, please do get in touch with some questions via the comments or direct message me, and I will love to answer them. If there's anybody that you know who is working in the social media world, digital communications, or has to sort of implement that type of thing in their business, in their organisation or their workplace, then do invite them along, either for future ones or by clicking the little share button in the bottom right of your screen. I think it'll be if you're looking from a mobile, and invite some friends. If you're watching this from a desktop, you'll need to tag somebody's name in the comments and make them aware that we're here. If you stay right to the very end, I usually give you a little tip, my top tip this month, about a particular social media channel, and it can be from a personal perspective or again a work perspective. And just to make everybody aware, one of the reasons I've been that busy this week is I've been working alongside Wiltshire Air Ambulance to launch to run a fundraising campaign purely via majority through social media, and they've done really, really well. So if you want to take a look at the work that they've done this week, then go over to their Facebook page or Twitter feed, search #BigGiveWAA. Cool. Okay then, so let's crack on. I'm literally just picked the main updates to the main channels this week, this month. There hasn't been huge amounts notable going on, although there's lots of things to keep an eye on in the future. I'm going to start with Facebook this month. Biggest changes to Facebook have been notably page layouts. So if you manage a Facebook page, you are now given the opportunity of the chance to change the layout of your page via a whole host of different topics, whether it's based on a shopping page or it's about customer service or small business. If you go in the settings of your Facebook page, you'll get that option to change the layout there, and you can see what options there are and how that works and fits best for you. One of the main things that does is actually it gives you different tab options down the left hand side. So so do that. You've also got the opportunity now on Facebook pages, each of those tabs on the left hand side of your business page is a separate URL and a separate web address, which is going to be useful for other marketing collateral. So if you've got a shop section on your Facebook page, you can direct people to facebook.com/ local shop / buy now. So that makes it much easier to promote and direct traffic through your Facebook page. You can now as I said, add a shop section to your page. So if you haven't seen that tab option yet come up, go into your settings and adjust it. You can actually sell products and services directly via your Facebook page. All you need is a platform to take people to make payments, so something like PayPal. That would be really useful, or if you've got an eBay account perhaps, or one of their third-party partners like Etsy. But it's really increasing the customer journey and interaction with your business, so definitely have a look into that. They're also testing a new jobs feature on Facebook pages, so pretty much trying to rival LinkedIn here and take on an element of what they do and integrate it into their pages. That's going to consist of a tab as well, so it'll be an option that you can add onto your page, and it'll be featured on the left hand side for jobs. But what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to post a job application for your business, but it will then allow you to advertise it out, so you can direct people directly to your job section. But those applicants can actually then apply from start to finish for that job via your Facebook page. It will populate specific categories or fields on their application form based on the data that they've got on their Facebook account. So like your name, where do you live, your address, contact number, if that's available data on their Facebook profile, that will be populated through into the application form. So it's really giving the applicant a really seamless journey and experience with you as a brand from start to finish. As usual with these things, I believe it's probably only available in the US, or when it starts to be rolled out, it'll be available. I know it's in testing mode at the moment. It'll probably be available to US pages first, but I'll definitely keep you updated, and I'm really interested myself to see how that comes along, particularly some of my clients I know who are using social recruitment a lot, so that's going to be a great feature. I talk a lot about videos for Facebook and all social media, and it was really great to see that for Facebook videos now you can actually add in your own captionings. So yeah, so the importance of video is undeniable right now on social media, but one of the important things is that you need to, where possible, include captioning, which is like the subtitles when people are speaking, because video autoplays on Twitter, Facebook and others in people's news feeds on silent, and not many users will tap onto it to ignite the volume. They will continue to listen to it in silence. So having those captions will enable people to still receive your message and digest your message without losing their attention. So yeah, so now if you put a video onto Facebook, you now have a captioning section where you can actually populate captions yourself, which I've had a go. It can take time. It's not 100% accurate when it's default, which is understandable. But yeah, it can take time, so just bear with. However, you know, it's free, and normally you'd pay quite a lot of money for somebody, potentially, if you didn't have the tech knowledge to do that for you. So that's cool. So look under, when you go into your Facebook page, look under publishing or posts in the settings, and video, which is another option on the left hand side. There'll be, you click on each video and there'll be a section called captioning. Okay, lastly around Facebook, the other update has been to the Pages app itself. Obviously a lot of social media managers, or a lot of businesses themselves, are probably expanding across multiple channels these days: Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, in order to connect with their audiences and their customers. They're all owned by Facebook, luckily for them. And so what they've done is recognise that it can get quite complex or time consuming if you're having to jump from your Facebook Messenger to your WhatsApp to your Instagram to look for audience engagement and respond to those. So now there is an option, or in Facebook, in the Messenger app, to tie all of those together, and you can actually handle all your interaction and engagement in one place. That is going to be available to everybody, so it doesn't matter if you're in the US or not. Over the coming weeks that's going to be rolled out, so keep an eye out for an update on your Messenger app. yeah, and it's also, the Pages app also now allows you to access your customer data via their profile. So if you open your Messenger app and you have messages from your certain customers, when you're on the desktop version, you can actually see the data about that person. So you can leave little notes, very much like a customer relationship management system. And you never used to be able to access that if you were on the go and just using it from your mobile. Now you can. So open your Messenger app for your page, tap on each customer's profile picture, and they'll and their customer data will be displayed to you. Last time they contacted you, where do they live, and any notes that you've made specific about that person. Yes, hi Bob, thanks for tuning in, and hi Kenny as well. I've seen you guys pop up there, and thanks everybody who is tuning in at the moment. Thank you. If you like what you see and you're enjoying it, do feel free, please, to give a like. Use the reaction buttons if you scroll across the bottom. Hit the like, hit the love. Invite people into this live stream by tagging their name or using the share button, and let's get more people viewing. Thank you. And if you've got any questions, write it into the comments box. Okay, so that was Facebook updates. Let's move on to Instagram. Instagram, biggest update, couple of bigger updates this month for me was that you can now add URLs into Instagram stories, and you can tag people, add their usernames, so mentioning them. Obviously, and you can't do this, you know, when I compare it against Snapchat, which happens a lot, you can't do this on Snapchat in brackets yet, but you can now in Instagram stories actually tag somebody. So when you create a little bit of text over your picture, you can actually put in the person's username. So if I wanted to talk about Wiltshire Air Ambulance, for example, and I've created a picture, I can actually overlay their Twitter handle, their Instagram handle, and they'll get notified that they've been tagged in the story. Not only that, but the people who are digesting the content and have seen that picture can tag directly on that link and be taken to that profile. So that's interesting. And URLs as well, which again is one of the nuances with Snapchat. Some would say that you can't put clickable links in. Hi Lynette! You can't put clickable links into Snapchat content, pictures or video. Again, in brackets, will it come? I think it probably will. But Instagram has got there first, and you can put clickable links into stories now. And boomerangs. Boomerangs are like little GIFs. It's an app that Instagram owns. You create 1 second frames and it repeats. Very fun, very funky. It used to sit separately to Instagram and then sit in your camera roll, but now you can create them directly through stories. Two other things about Instagram updates at the moment, or lately in this month, is that live stream is on its way to Instagram. It's in the next few months likely to be coming in. It will be accessed on your home feed, and you swipe to the right, you will get an option that says picture, boomerang or live, and you'll be able to start live streaming there and then through Instagram. So it's going to be a hot one to use, very much recommended. The difference stroke the plus about these live streams is that they won't sit as replays on your account afterwards. Very like Facebook, you create your live stream, then you upload it as a replay and it can sit on your Facebook page. With Instagram, once they're finished, they will be gone, which kind of allows you to keep that polished luxury feel, maybe luxury, but that polished feel to your general Instagram grid and your account, and then you can use that real-time interaction through the live streaming and the Instagram stories. So yeah, I think that's going to be a real utilised tool, and would definitely encourage it if you're looking and enjoying live stream or looking to integrate it and you're on Instagram, perhaps you're not on Facebook. So I'll keep you up to date, and I'll also, at the end of this live stream, guys, I do post the links to all the things that the main things that I'm talking about. So once I finish streaming, I'll pop up the links to all these stories so you can read them in a bit more detail. And lastly, with Instagram, great thing here for small businesses. They are now introducing shoppable tags in pictures. They're only, again, it's only in, hi Andrew, it's only for US users at the moment, only specific brands, but I'm confident that it is going to roll out to those other smaller businesses. Basically, you take a picture, put it onto your Instagram account, and at the moment what you'll find is that, hi Rach, you'll find that people are advertising a product and they will put in their bio, in their description element to go along with their picture, you know, we're going to wherever, you can buy this product now on our website, and then they'll go link in bio or click link below. But that doesn't work because links in descriptions to accompany pictures on Instagram aren't clickable. So to get around that, people use this clumsy terminology, click link in bio. So having these shoppable tags now in pictures is going to allow you to actually place a shop tag over the item in your picture. So if this was me now, I might do a little shoppable tag on my earring, or, you know, my pencil or something, that would then allow the user, the customer, the viewer on Instagram to click on that item, see how much it is, and then click again to go to your shop and buy it. So very, very cool and exciting addition to Instagram that's coming, especially, and there's a lot of small businesses and larger businesses in fact who will be able to benefit from that. But there are lots of people who only rely on Instagram as their main shopping tool. I know there's a lot of businesses built on Instagram, so that's going to really amplify their ability. And that's not for paid people either. You don't have to be paying for advertisement in order to utilise those shoppable tags. So another way of making it accessible to others. Okay, that's Instagram, guys. Instagram's done. A few other things I'm going to just quickly touch upon before I go on to Snapchat, because we all love a bit of Snapchat, or IG, as you all know. Twitter had, in case you haven't noticed, now offers quick replies and welcome messages in direct messages. So when you open a DM to a company or business account, or, you know, whoever, you can access various options of quick reply. So you'll get like some suggestions and do a DM that say, you know, what you want to ask. Similar to kind of when you use your iPhone and someone's calling you and you want to divert the call, and you can send them like a little quick reply that says, I'm busy, or I'm out, or can you call back later? You can do that now in Twitter with quick replies. And then for businesses, being able to set up a welcome message as soon as somebody opens that message, that DM factor on their account. Similarly to what you can do on Facebook now, that you have a little welcome auto message pop up. So again, all about focusing on customer journeys and customer interaction and engagement with your brand on social media. LinkedIn is now has now rolled out sponsored adverts in InMail, which means that it's messaging, basically private messaging, their DM or private message, they call it InMail, and marketers can now pay to advertise into people's mail accounts, regardless of whether they're connected or not. So if you're an avid user or a user at all of LinkedIn, you might have seen these popping up. I certainly have seen a few come into my inbox. I think, who on earth is that? You pick it up, you open it up, and in the top it does say sponsored. But lots of opportunity there, lots of opportunity for people to get their messaging out to a wider scale, particularly if it's about lead generation, recruitment, thought leadership, that you want to get your messages. I'm particularly getting them from a lot of charities, actually, so it's a great way of spreading their message. Pinterest, and I don't talk a lot about Pinterest, but it is a very viable, useful platform. It's extremely creative. They are now bringing in a lot of advertising and shopping elements to the platform, which is where I see for private sector a lot of use for it. And it's I've certainly blogged about it. I was on my website about some public sector examples, how you can be creative in using Pinterest. But one of the updates this month was about Pinterest now offering a rotating showcase of your best content and ideas. Rach, you love Pinterest. Yay, I love Pinterest too. And it'd be interesting to hear actually what you think about some of the new features, whether you've noticed them or whether actually as a customer or as a user you complete a lot of shopping experiences, because there's a lot of stats out there that say you know, people are inclined to buy something when they see it on Pinterest, and actually they get a lot of web traffic and web referrals. So it'd be great to hear if actually you do shop as a result of content that you see on Pinterest. But yeah, you can now, as a Pinterest user and a board owner, you can now set up a rotating showcase of your best content. So when people come to your account, you've actually got a showcase spinning around in front of them to say, okay, this is what I'm representing. A bit like a shop window, or a bit like your an online gallery. You know, thinking photographers, for example, or businesses who are very you know, thrifty, creative, practical. I think that's a great way. Instead of people having to scan through all your boards, you'll have this showcase for people to see when they get there. So that's Pinterest. Okay, last but not least, bit on Snapchat. In terms of usability, the main change that I've noticed, or a couple of things, is they've removed live stories. So you used to have like a story explorer where if you were in, I don't know, London, let's say, they would have a like interactive feed of all the people adding snaps to that story. I think they are, well, they're certainly not available on my account anymore. I think they've decommissioned or just got rid of that functionality on there. So I think it just wasn't getting used enough. Or perhaps takes too much time for them to curate the content, who knows. But biggest thing is VR filters on Snapchat. If you haven't had a play with them, they're available front facing now on your camera. So usually you put your camera up, put it on selfie mode, and you can access all the lenses. But now if you put it front facing and tap, you get all these VR lenses that when you hold down you can see all these virtual reality elements. It's super cool, super fun. Yeah, I loved them. Went nuts when I saw actually there was like virtual reality puking rainbow clouds. So yeah, a lot of people saw those on from my account when they first came up there. But yeah, sign of things to come ultimately with VR and things. Spectacles are now on sale. I think I mentioned this a couple of months ago. You can now buy, they're about $100 each, so reasonable for what they do. Snap spectacles, you wear them, they're linked to your Snapchat account so that when you're out and about you can actually record directly what you're seeing in your vision on your spectacles, and it plugs straight through into your Snapchat account. Now I'm sure I can't be the only one that doesn't blow away, because I think that's just uber cool and I can't wait to get my hands on a pair. And not just from a personal sense, but actually that's going to be quality way to engage young people and actually show what it is that you do at events through Snapchat, through your eyes, without having to, you know, be holding your phone all the time and thinking what you're doing. So ace stuff. And the other thing is that you're able to go back through Snapchat stories. I don't know if anyone's noticed that yet, but obviously Snapchat used to, obviously it's not obviously for all people, but Snap Stories used to progress one frame at a time. So if you had 6 pieces of content and clips together, it would progress one at a time. Well, now if you tap to the left, because it opens up on your entire screen, if you tap to the left, it actually regresses back a frame, so that actually if you, rather than doing a hold down and replay or scanning through your timeline to find their 24-hour story again, you can actually rewind it ultimately, or fast forward it by tapping left or right on the screen. So I think that's a great function as well. Great feature and addition. Cool. If there's any questions about that so far, pop them down in the comments box. I'll be sure to answer them. We've come to the end. I have whizzed through it all. I hope that's made sense and that's been useful. As always, I will post the links into the comments box once I've finished streaming, and this is of course available on replay, so you can watch it again and again and again, or you can share it out to people who you think might be interested. My top tip for this month, guys, so everyone stays to the end and they get tip tap top tip, is LinkedIn. My top tip has been inspired from a mentor and client of mine that I've spoken to this week. And too many people who have a LinkedIn account and a company page don't focus enough on selling themselves by saying what they can do for the person that they potentially want to work with or for. So the summary section on your LinkedIn bio and your company description, as well as the like job description, so in your past history and past experience you can fill in a bit of, you know, what was your responsibility, that space as well. This is what I'm talking about there in the summaries. Too many people often just say, I took phone calls, I ran events, I answered emails, I sent letters out. What they don't do is, or if you're selling yourself as a business, you go, I offer social media services to help small businesses learn how to use social media, perhaps. What they don't do is put themselves into a position that says, this is what I can do for you, and if you work for me, I will do this for you. So that people can start to actually picture and understand exactly what they'll get by engaging with you, by working with you, by hiring you. You know, employ me and I will double your turnover, for example. You want somebody like that. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. If anyone wants me to clarify that, let me know. I do have a template that I send to clients in order to get them thinking about the way they write their bio, a different perspective that actually puts the user first and focuses on providing value rather than showing off what it is that they do and have done. Cool. That's it. All done. I don't know why, but the timer doesn't appear on live streams anymore, so I could have been going on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or half an hour. But I just want to say thank you very much to everybody who's been watching, has stayed from the start right to the very end. I do this every month, guys, so my next one is on, I think, the 29th of December. 29th of December at lunchtime, so pre-New Year, post-Christmas. I might wear a hat if you're lucky. But I hope you have a great Christmas anyway, and if you've got any questions, let me know, and I will speak to you all very soon. Take care, have a great weekend, bye bye.